Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's podcast episode. We are in episode 4 of the SAS Masters podcast. I am very happy that we are finally at number 4. Now, sorry about that. I think I forgot that I'm doing an intro of a podcast. Podcast intros are serious normally, right? Like, welcome back. Da-da. But it's just me and you right now, so and right now it's about 5:30. Just the last thing I'm doing for my day today. And I'm feeling good, feeling like I'm talking to my girls, so we'll just keep it casual as usual for now. All right, so today's episode we're going to be focusing on the re-engagement chapter. All right, so you've gone through the meta ads program. You have gone through the meta ads program. You are now at the If you haven't gone through the meta ads program, always remember that the link is in the description below. You need to go through the meta ads program. It's not a joke. Okay, so if you have gone through the meta ads program, or if you are about to go through the meta ads program, today our focus will be on the chapter 4, where we are talking about, or where we're focusing on re-engagement. All right, so our main goal at this point is to answer the questions that you will have when you go through the meta ads program chapter 4. Seems like I lost my train of thought. Let me just regroup, okay? What I'm saying is, we are focusing on chapter 4. Today I'll answer questions on re-engagement that will come up as you go through the re-engagement chapter. And I hope you guys enjoy. So let's go into our first question. Our first question: why do some people see our ads but never engage? What stops them from clicking through? Well, first off, let's remind ourselves what exactly the re-engagement bit is for. We are actually just speaking to people who have been introduced to our brand. They have the idea that we exist, but they did not interact with our business the way we hoped for. And how do we hope for them to interact with our business? To come to our store, to visit our website, to make purchases. So what these people did is they just watched, or they know about us, but they've never actually interacted with our brand in terms of buying from us, going to our website, our app, our whatever it is that we use to run our business. So these are the people that we're trying to speak to, and we're trying to have them now get into the brand. So as I said in the class, it's like it's someone who sees your house but they've never come in, and you've invited them a couple of times. So you're trying to persuade them a bit more to come into your house. All right. So why do they see your ads but never engage? Now, the first thing is they could be distracted. That's one important thing that you need to know. They could be distracted, and these people are very easy to now go into the funnel once they receive our re-engagement ad. And then the other thing is, it could be that they don't trust you yet. Remember, we said that they have to like you, know you, like you, then trust you. So they haven't gotten to that bit where they trust you. They just know you. Now we are getting them to like us and then trust us. So it could be that they don't trust you yet. And also, again, maybe the first ad they see wasn't compelling enough for them to take the action to engage with your brand. And overall, maybe the timing isn't right for them as an individual to buy from you or engage with your brand because of their own issues. So do not take it personally. Sometimes it's just timing. Okay. Yeah, so that could be a reason. And then Another thing also could be your audience targeting. Maybe you're targeting people who are not aligned, so it could just be also misalignment. So check on those three things we've said: misalignment, timing, maybe the offer wasn't very compelling, trust. What was the first one that we said? Seems like I can't remember, but I know you've heard. So out of all this that we've we've discussed, you just need to go look at what exactly is happening for your brand. Is it that I'm not talking to the right people, and that's why I'm not getting people are dropping off and not actually getting into into my business? Or is it every other thing that we've said? If it's every other thing that we've said, now that's what we solve at the re-engagement level. All right. So I hope that's clear, and that has answered your question. So that's the reason people would drop off and not engage with your ad at the first bit. This is the prospecting bit, and that's why the re-engagement bit is important, so that we can engage them further to like us and trust us and join our brand. All right. Okay. Question number 2. What are some proven strategies for re-engaging people who have seen our ads but haven't clicked? So the people who have not seen our ads but haven't clicked, how do we actually get them to visit our site and all that? First, you have to understand, or you have to have an ad or create creatives that, because you already have your audience at the re-engagement bit. Remember, prospecting, we were speaking to a new audience. At the re-engagement bit, you already have an audience that has come from the prospecting bit. So you have to first keep that in mind. After you keep that in mind, the second thing that you do is you need to have like a flowy vibe or an intuitive feel to how they receive your content. That's in like a sequencing way. The content that you create at the prospecting level and the creative that you create at the re-engagement level, let it be creative that is re-engaging them based off of the discussion that you had at the prospecting bit. So you could, if you had talked about your product at the initial bit, like I said, okay, if you look at the example of the creatives that I shared in the meta ads program, they're very much in a way that at the prospecting level, you're introducing the product. At the re-engagement level, you're re-emphasizing the benefits of the product. You're re-emphasizing the value that you're offering to this person, and you're providing that value or that information in a way that they can trust you, and or in a way that they can trust you, one, in a way that they can take fast action, in a way that they can like you, or so it's maybe to be more friendly. If the first creative or the creatives you use at the prospecting level are very professional and all that, at the re-engagement you want them to like you, trust you, and take action. So use those three things that you want to create the creatives that will actually help them take the action. So here it's just a thinking thing and a being creative thing. Imagine that look at it like you are dating a girl. Okay, you've met her, da, 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 da. The second bit, what are you doing to actually now make her actually start bringing or opening up a bit? So you met her at the beginning, she listened to what you have to offer, da, 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 and all that. And then after she listened to what you have to offer, if she didn't engage you yet, will you give up? No. If you do not give up, what will you do? You'll try and offer more value or find ways to entice her even more, right? So at this point, you're now like again building trust, like ability, and offering value. So use those three key points to be creative and write content or create content that will bring those people who fell off back into the funnel. Yeah, I won't think for you guys all the time. I won't tell you what to do. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to come up with things, and I want to see you guys create, because I really want to also get ideas, get inspiration from you too, from you guys also. Okay, all right, so that's answered. Let's go to the next question. How do we balance frequency without annoying people? How often should we show re-engagement ads? This is a good question, because frequency is something that will have to be high at the re-engagement and remarketing level. Why? Because we're showing the ad to people who have already who already know us. So it's like you're seeing over and over the ad over and over again, because you're speaking to the same audience over and over again. Unlike prospecting, you're speaking to a new audience, a new audience, a new audience. So how do you balance the frequency? I would say I understand the idea of annoying people and all that, but how you maintain the frequency is just keep it at a 3 to 5, and then rotate creatives so that it can't be like you're showing. For example, imagine if you just have two creatives or two creatives for a whole year, it might be very tiring for an audience that has already engaged with your brand, but they've not taken action. And they keep seeing this ad over and over again. It might also like just be something that they keep seeing, and it doesn't like click when they see it. So if you reiterate or if you rotate creatives, when they see something new, they will engage. So it's just rotate creatives as you grow, because again, I don't want you to start rotating creatives every week or for your re-engagement level and you don't have a big budget. Okay, so these are for my big budget players. Rotate creatives as often as you can so that you can reignite the attention of people who have seen your creative over and over again. Like the frequency is really high and they've not taken action yet. Okay. Number 4, what type of ad creatives work best for re-engagement campaigns in meta ads? What type of creatives work best for re-engagement campaigns in meta ads? Well, let's think together. These people know us. They have an idea of who we are, okay? But they haven't actually bought from us or even come to our store, visited our website and all that. So what type of creatives would they want to see or would actually help them to come into our store or our website? Creative that is leading them to the website, right? That's number 1. That's very, very true. Creative that's leading them to the website, that actually is prompting them, that if they actually want to engage or see what's happening with the ad or the brand, like it's a teasing thing, but the action is happening on the website. So that type of creative would do very well, right? For re-engagement, to take people to your website. Then what else do these people need? They need to be shown what do we offer and how they are benefiting from this whole relationship that we're trying to get them into. So we show them or we demonstrate value. We could be showing how pretty our lipsticks are. This is maybe showing it on different shades of girls, right? Or we could be showing them how amazing, or how we have we have a 12-year warranty for our TVs, you know, or it could be the results of our lashes, our lash appointments, and all that. So here you're just trying to demonstrate value or show how the client is benefiting from engaging with your brand. All right, so value, and then the other thing is teasing them so they can actually come into the what's this? Tell me, what's this website, right? Yeah, so they can actually come to your store or website. And then the other thing is they want to trust you. So at this point you can use a lot of testimonials of people who have talked about your product. So the testimonials that you'll use here are people just pick out testimonials that are not praising your brand but praising your product, so that the interest can be, oh, let me find out more about this product, and then they'll click learn more. You get it? So just have that type of thinking where you're actually putting yourself in your customers, in your clients' shoes. Okay? Yes. I think that's answered. Let's go to the next question. How can we use audience segmentation to improve our re-engagement efforts? This is a good question for people, especially those that are scaling their ads, have big budgets. It would be wise for you to do a lot to audience segment at this level, so that you can actually speak to them based on what the action that they took before they got here. Let me explain. These people have taken different types of actions when at the prospecting level, when they were getting to know your brand. Either they watched the video, quarter of it, either they just left a like or commented, either they clicked on the ad, on the video or the ad, but they didn't actually engage with your store or site, right? So once you understand the action that they took, and how can you understand the action that they took? By reading the data. So once you can understand the action that they took, what you'll be able to now do is, say it with me, create creatives or create content that is speaking to them based off of the action that they took. If, for example, it's people who watched a short part of your video, you'll know that they probably haven't engaged or known so much about you. So you might try a different angle of showing your or providing value to this customer, or showing them that, oh, this is what we can do for you. If it's people who actually engaged, they liked, they left a comment and all that, it means that they actually interacted with the creative and understood what is being offered. So you can now think, okay, so they understood and all that. What could it be that made them not take action to go to the site? Maybe they just need a few questions answered. So you could do a nice FAQ ad here. Or what else could it be that they have engaged? But they haven't gone to the site. Let's think together. So they've engaged and they've not gone to the site. What could it be that has led them not to go to the site? And they watched and left a like, commented and all that. Your call to action, right? Maybe they engaged with your ad, but at the end of it all, you didn't tell them what to do. Or they just saw your video and all that, but the call to action wasn't bold enough everywhere for them to know that they need to visit the site. So that could be something that you could also test. The other thing would be just timing, and maybe they got distracted. So you showing up on their feed again could actually make them come in and interact with your brand, right? Yes. Oh, the other person is people who clicked but didn't take action on the website. This most of the time is maybe didn't have internet at the time. They got a call, but if they actually wanted to take action, a reminder ad would really benefit them, or static images of your products or your brand could very, very much ignite the interest again. So just thinking that in that aspect, all right? Yes. Number 6, should we always offer discounts or incentives to get people to engage, or are there other approaches? At the re-engagement level, I wouldn't suggest, or I wouldn't recommend for you to offer discounts or incentives to get people to engage. What I would recommend is for you to offer more value. This is educational content, or showing how valuable your product or brand is, sharing testimonials of people who've used your product and are talking about your product, using a lot of user generated content. So it's very much about just nurturing their relationship, and not coming in and telling them, oh, i'm gonna give you this for 20% of, come, you know, that doesn't feel very flowy or very nice. Imagine um you g- you you're talking to a girl. I'll give a story of a guy who, this guy was really okay. Let me just say that I've 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 been on many dates, and when I say dates, I don't mean dates in a way that going to, what's this? I'm going to interact with them in another way other than just getting to know them. So I've been on very, very, very many fast 1 to 3 dates. And then there's this one guy, he met me, da, da, da. And then he said hi, took my number, whatever. And then we talked, and then he didn't call me, like, no, he texted me sometime. Oh, he asked me out, da, 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 but I didn't engage. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I didn't engage. And then one time I was feeling really good. I remember it was like some period in the first quarter of 2023. And then he's like, at this point, I had really lowered my guard down in terms of like going on dates, because I had gone on so many. And I was like, I'm just trying to find someone who's good company, right? Then he happened to call me, and then he was like, what are you up to? Can we have a meal together? Then I was like, oh, sure, because I remembered him from those. I don't even know where this story is leading to. From the time when we met, and how I didn't actually give him a chance, right? And then he no, I shouldn't. It's not relevant. I thought it would be relevant, but it's not relevant, because what threw me off about this guy was the fact that he asked to see me, and then when I said that where he wanted us to go eat was too far from me, he couldn't understand. Was it that he couldn't understand what was wrong with him? Oh, I think when I said, I think I got thrown off a bit after. I don't know what threw me off. And then he was like, and then he went MIA again. MIA, and then he came back, and then he was now trying to get to me. I'm like, what? Kwani, this is DoorDash, or what the hell is this? You come knock when you are available. You know? I think that's what threw me up. And that guy, he still keeps texting, and he doesn't know how to re-engage me back, because how he even texts, it's like very not re-engaging. Anyway, I digress. That was like a good detour, but what was I even talking about? Yeah, what I was saying is, don't give discounts at this level, at the re-engagement bit, because it will just make you look very bad as a brand, and you want to just build that trust, not look like a. You have to always think about the perception that the customer will have about your brand when you communicate to them, especially based on where or how they know you and where you guys are at in the relationship. Okay? Yes. Number 7. What's the role of storytelling in re-engagement ads? How can we make our ads more compelling? Storytelling is a very good tool that you can use at re-engagement ads. Because this point, imagine they have gotten introduced to your brand at the prospecting level, and then you come in with a lovely story about how your product helped someone, or just even a story about your brand, or the story of where you guys are at with your brand and all that. That will build an emotional connection with that person, and they'll now feel invested in your brand. So storytelling is a very good way for you to provide value and show how your product actually is valuable to people, or or deepening the connection that they have with your brand by maybe sharing your journey as a founder or an owner. All right. Yeah. So storytelling is a very good tool you can use at this level. Next, we have, how do we use social proof in re-engagement ads to build trust? I would say that the social proof you can use here is the product reviews that I talked about, like reviews that are aiming at or are talking about how the product, about the product, not the brand overall. All right. And then user generated content, because now we are trying to be more relatable so that they can be part of your brand. So user generated content will be very effective at this level. Also, if you have influencer generated content, people they already know, like, and trust, you can use that content at this level because it will build the likability and trust. Number 9. How important is ad placement for re-engagement? Should we be focusing on Instagram, Facebook stories, or somewhere else? I'm not a big fan of not letting the AI just handle business when it comes to ad placement, because I always feel like it's a waste of time to now start tweaking. Oh, let me just show it on Instagram. Oh, let me. That's just a waste of time. So that question, I would just say leave it to AI. Next, we have, but some people will tell you. I met a friend who runs an agency, and she really was focused on like segmenting things or controlling the the ad placement. Her reasoning was great, but I didn't see the benefit overall, because it's like adding more stress to your brain. Just let it go and trust that the AI will fix that. Because let me give you an example. Imagine the year 2020, 2021, I relied heavily on the AI Meta's algorithm. We used to call it algorithm at that point, to actually handle my Facebook placements. And I could see that they know what they're doing, and they are placing the ads in a way that they, if, like, for example, if the content is performing better on Instagram, more dollars are being spent on Instagram. So imagine at that point the algorithm knew all that. And then in 2025, obviously the AI has learned even more, so trusting it will be very efficient and effective for you.